What is this, Heat Nation? The Miami Heat tie this thing up one apiece from game 2 as they have done something historic to do some damage against the Celtics. It is a historic win for one reason. One reason only why this was historic. The Miami Heat were shooting threes like no other. And it's one thing to do in a regular season. It's another to do it not only against a really powerful Celtics team, but to do that in the playoffs. Not even the big three era with Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh. No, this is the team that's still without Butler and still without Rozier. And yet, they shot 23 to 43 three-pointers of the entire game. That is a franchise record in the playoffs, folks. A franchise record. The Celtics only shot 12 out of 32. So with that kind of performance, who's going to win that one? It's obviously going to be the Heat, depending just how much threes that they have made against a Celtics team who have the good defense, who have the height advantage. They have everything that they have. Anyway, let's go with the box score. All right, so for the Heat, Jovic with 11 points. And I will say this for the starters, all of them have done very well. 3 starters have over 20 points. I mean, all of them have double digits. Their starters, they played so well. Really good. Jovic with 11 points with 3 3-pointers, 1 more in the paint with 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Good game for him. And I know you guys are interested in this name. Yes, that's right. Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin with 21 points with 5 3-pointers, 5 out of 6. 7 for 12 in field goals, 2 for 2 free throws with 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Every single time he has the basketball, TD Garden, the Boston crowd, would boo him, and that filled up his channel rage against them as he went off. Caleb Martin was so good tonight. He picked up where he left off against them last season from the Eastern Conference Finals and produced 21 points against the Celtics tonight. Every time he has a basketball, he boos them. And Caleb Martin, he shot some tough threes from the corners, and he would pull that down. I mean, it was some nice threes. Bam also had a pretty good game with 21 points with 9 for 13 in field goals. He did attempt a 3, but he missed. 3 for 6 in free throws. 10 rebounds, so yes, he has a double-double and 2 assists. But to me, the best player was Tyler Hero. He stepped up. He has stepped up in the big way, scoring 24 points with 6 flipping threes. 1 more in the paint with 4 for 4 free throws. He has 5 rebounds, 14 assists, so he has a double-double. 1 steal. 14 assists. That's nuts. And Jaime Jaquez, 3 3-pointers. For a rookie, that's speaking volume. And even that 3-pointer in the fourth quarter was nuts. He has scored 14 points, 3 3-pointers, 1 more in the paint with 3 for 4 in free throws, with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Absolutely amazing game. Doug Robinson shot some threes. Haywood Highsmith shooting threes off the bench. And DeLon Wright also shooting a 3 as well. Now for Boston, you got Tatum, obviously, with 28 points, with 2 3-pointers, 10 for 20 in field goals, with 6 for 8 in free throws. He missed both free throws. What was it, the fourth quarter or the third? It was in the second half. I believe it was the fourth quarter, as far as I remember. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and this block. Porzingis, off night for him. One field goal in the paint. 4 for 4 in free throws. That's it. 0 for 4 in 3-pointers. 1 for 9 with 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. That's pretty much it for Porzingis. We held them well. I don't expect that to be full forever. All right, Jrue Holiday with 9 points with a 3-pointer, 4 for 12 in the paint, or 4 for 12 in field goals, with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Derek White, 13 points, 2 3-pointers, Clutch in the fourth quarter. I mean, obviously, right? 5 for 8 in field goals, 1 plus the foul in the fourth quarter. 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 steal on the block. And then the automatic, Jaylen Brown. He went on this rampage run in the second quarter, shooting 3 3-pointers in a row. 4 for 9 in 3-pointers, 3 for 6 in field goals, 13 for 23 in the field goal, with 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal on the block. Every single time, I feel like every time he has the darn basketball, he shoots it automatically. He's an automatic shooter, and he makes most of them. It's kind of tough. And then got off the bench Hauser with 2 3-pointers, and Horford with a 3-pointer as well. First quarter, it was very close. It became a lot of lead changes from back and forth. But ultimately, the Heat came out on top, 28-27. Boston come up with some pretty late whistle in the first quarter, and it was a certain contact, but it turned out to be a common foul. So Tatum shoots those free throws, and we win the first quarter by 1 point. Second quarter, we were actually doing pretty well until the Jaylen Brown 3-point mirage that he keeps having, which ultimately puts Boston up ahead. But until Hero is shooting some buckets there as well, it was a tough second quarter. But Boston came out with 34 for 30 second quarter. Third quarter, it's been mostly Miami Heat. The 3-pointers are just right there, and Caleb Martin, he was really good. He was shooting some buckets for the Heat, especially at the corner. Hence, you hear the boos. Haywood Highsmith's playing good basketball in that quarter as well. But Duncan Robinson also played well. Bam shooting some buckets, especially that really nice alley-oop dunk by Bam. Tyler Hero, these guys, it's just amazing. And we held Jason Tatum. To only scoring 6 points in the third quarter. That's it, just 6 points from the free throws and 2 dunks. Fourth quarter though, we had the momentum. Derek White was trying to become clutch with the 3-pointer plus the N1. Jaime Hakash and Haywood Highsmith making some threes. Boston was coming back, but in the end, Miami's offense was a bit much. Fans started leaving early. The irony. They were talking about how like the Heat fans are always like the worst fans, and they keep leaving early in the situations. Well, they left early too. So, for the first time all season long, perhaps all year long, a Miami team, a South Florida team, has beaten a Boston team in this calendar year, and it's an honor. It's honored that the Miami Heat was the one that did that at TD Garden, nonetheless. Without Butler, without Rozier, they beat them by 10 points anyway, and it's a pretty good, convincing win. The Heat was balling. They played good basketball. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right. When we look at the team stats, I already talked about the 3-point percentage, but 3 points attempts and stuff. I did not mention the percentage, so mind my time. Field goals, 37 of 75 for the Heat, with 49.3. So that's equally the same as Boston Celtics, 37 shot made in field goals. Almost identical, but they shot 5 more attempts, which is why their percentage is a bit lower. 3-pointers, I already mentioned it, 23 of 43 for Miami Heat. That's a franchise record in playoffs. 12 for 32 in Boston. The Heat have a 53.5 3-point percentage, while Boston only has 37.5. Free throws, 14 for 18 for the Heat. That's 77.8. Boston with 15 for 21. That's 71.4. The Heat have one more rebound than Boston does with 40. Miami has more assists than they do. The steals even out, but Boston have way more blocks than we do. Turnovers, Miami have one more turnover than they do. A lot of fouls were called against Miami. Some were dreadful and questionable, and one or two of them were just BS. You have to call a technical foul when somebody's flopping, and Tatum was flopping. I would complain more if we lost this game. It's like, we lost because of referees, but I would complain about this even when we did win. And my complaint is he's flopping. You should have called a technical, but because he's Tatum, you let it slide. Now, if somebody like Bam does the same thing, or Caleb Martin, and worst of all, if he would have done the same thing, he flopped, it's an automatic technical foul. The double standards and the inconsistency of the rules is just pure pettiness. Anyway, the Heat's largest lead was 12. Boston's largest lead was 6. And somehow the Heat were still able to pull this off by 10. So a great rebound win against the Celtics from Game 1. And the Heat finally, and I can say this, regular season or postseason, the Heat finally beat the Boston Celtics this season. Finally. Thank God. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, guys, yes, there you go. That's Game 2 of the postseason of Round 1. Game 3 is on Saturday, so another couple of day break. And guess what, folks? We have a Game 5. And Game 5 is on May 1st. May 1st, we go back to Boston. That's a guarantee at this point. So, absolutely amazing stuff there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's Heat culture, baby. Go Heat. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content because Miami TVG guys are back. And when he does, hit me right there with the entertainment you deserve. It's Miami TVG. So, folks. Good night, everybody.